Welcome to Using Livebinders to Organize Your Online Resources. I am your presenter for today, Shannon Holden. Our webinar today is brought to you by the Louisiana Educational Technology Council. The Council is a nonprofit organization dedicated to assisting teachers with putting instructional minutes back into the classroom and hours back into the school day. This means more time can be spent on students learning and less time on administrative or non-instructional tasks. If you would like to become a member, you can access their website at www.letcouncil.org. Basic membership is free. So who is Shannon Holden? Well, I taught high school math and middle school history for 8 years in Texas, and for the last 14 years I've been an assistant principal in Texas and also in Missouri. I also teach a class to undergrads at Missouri State University, and I teach online classes at the University of North Dakota and the University of the Pacific for teachers who would like help in implementing technology in the classroom. As a reward for watching this webinar today, I have a collection of free PowerPoints and free online lessons that you can access at any of the links that you see on your screen. Just pick something out that interests you. If you are a school administrator, I also have a collection of PowerPoints and ebooks to help you reach your staff. So what are we going to talk about today? We are going to try and get as much information packed into 30 minutes as we can so that you can learn all about Livebinders in a very short period of time. We're going to talk about what Livebinders is. We're going to do an overview of the site briefly. We're going to teach you how to not reinvent the wheel and find stuff on Livebinders that you can use in your classroom without having to make it yourself. And we're also going to talk about creating your own binder of materials. Once you've created your own binder of materials by adding content, we're going to show you how to share your binder with other people in the educational community. And we're also going to assist you in making a shelf, which is a collection of binders. And we're going to talk about ways you and your colleagues can take advantage of this tech tool for free. So first things first, let's take a look at the Livebinders homepage. You'll notice that there are a variety of tabs that are set up to help you implement Livebinders as an instructional tool in your classroom. Tabs that you will find on the Livebinders homepage are My Binders, Featured Binders, Learn More, Upgrade, and Tools. So here's an example of the My Binders tab. You'll notice that I only have one binder on this account, and it is a binder full of information for folks who want to decrease the amount of bullying behaviors in their school. I call this binder Bully Neutralizer, and people from schools across the country have an opportunity to click on it and go through the resources that I've put in there. If you click on the Featured Binders tab, you'll notice the most popular and informative binders according to the folks at Livebinders. They are featured in the Featured Binders tab, and you can download and put any of those binders on your shelf. The Learn More tab on the home page helps novices navigate around the Livebinders website and create their own binders and shelves. Some of the subtabs on the Learn More tab are Tutorials, Trainers, Voted Top 10, the Livebinders blog, Events, and Help. If you try using Livebinders and you like the service, you can upgrade your service to one of 3 different levels: a starter plan, a professional individual plan, or an educational individual plan. The starter plan starts for only about $30 a year, and it gives you an increased amount of storage. There's a variety of different tools that you can use in conjunction with the Livebinder platform. There is a Livebinderit bookmarklet, which you can download on your computer's toolbar. There's a Livebinders iPad app, Android app, and also an app that can be used in conjunction with Google Chrome. One thing I tell educators is don't reinvent the wheel. The great thing about Livebinders is that you can borrow other people's binders and use them and put them on your own shelf and share them with students about a subject that you want them to learn more about. The For Education tab is one that is filled with resources that you should take a look at. There are examples of substitute packages and parent packages that schools are using across the country to educate substitutes on the inner workings of their school and also send home to parents. One search result that is very popular is, of course, Common Core. So I typed Common Core into the window at the top of the page and hit search, and you will see an unlimited amount of binders about Common Core, and you can browse through the binders, find which ones meet your needs, and then add them to your own shelf. With all of the binders that are available, this does not happen very often, but sometimes you might be looking for information and not find it on the Livebinders platform, or maybe you need to create materials specifically for your own students or your school. If you don't find that information, you can create your own binders, so we're going to do that right now. So to create your own binder, what you need to do is go to the tab called Create New Binder. And you will see you have the opportunity to name your binder, give a description of what is inside the binder, and also tag your binder so that people can find it by putting in specific search terms. You can also make your binder public or private, and once you've entered this information into the system, you can then start putting resources into your binder. The great thing about Livebinders is the materials that you put into your binder can be anything. This is an example of a website. I simply put the URL of the website into the window and then hit save. Some examples of content that you can put into a Livebinder are a website, a PDF, a Word document, a PowerPoint, a Prezi, SlideShare presentations, a video. You can do surveys, flip teaching materials, spreadsheets, anything that you want you can put into your particular binder. So once you have made a binder, you need to fill it with materials, and at any time you can click on a button called Add Content and a window will appear like this. You can add a link to a website. You can browse your computer by clicking the Browse button and finding whatever material you want to put in your binder and then click Upload. You can also write descriptions of all of the things that you put into your binder so that students and parents can get an idea of what it is they are seeing. One type of document that looks great inside of a Livebinder is a PDF document. PDF documents are great because they can be read by any computer, and here's an example of an ebook that I wrote called Bully Neutralizer. So all I did was put the URL of the ebook into the window and upload it into the system. So now that you've built your binder, how do you share it with students and parents? Well, you can click on a tab at the top of the page called Share, and when you do that, it gives you an opportunity to email the link for the binder. You can also tweet it. You can post it on Facebook or Pinterest or Google+. There's a lot of different ways you can do it, and that way your message gets out to the people who need it the most. So in this presentation, I've talked about making a binder and also making a shelf. So a shelf is a place where you can organize binders that cover the same topic. The binders can be ones that you made yourself or ones others have made that you found that cover the topic that you want to cover, and you simply load them into your shelf. So how do you make a shelf? You make a shelf in the same fashion that you make a binder. You hit a button, a tab actually, called Create New Shelf. You make a name for the shelf, and then you browse and find binders that cover that topic, and then you simply load them onto your shelf. It's a very easy process. Once you have found a collection of binders that cover the topic of your shelf, what you can do is you can share your shelf with people. It has its own URL. It's unique. You can send that link to colleagues or students or parents. You can also use an embed code to embed your shelf in your website or your blog or your wiki or your Mighty Bell space. You can make a shelf called Common Core, Reading Strategies, 7th grade math. Maybe you work for the Dawson Elementary School, and you can make one called Dawson Elementary 2nd grade teacher team if you want to. You can name your shelf anything that you want, and you can share that shelf with anyone. So how do we use live binders in the school setting? There are a number of different uses. You can use them for e-portfolios. Maybe students can put together a portfolio and then send you the link of their work. You can make substitute packages so that you're not having to leave a giant pile of instructions on your desk. You can make packages for parents so that they can understand how your classroom operates. You can make a binder of teaching tools. You can also, if you're an administrator, make your faculty handbook and make it available online for your faculty, and also do professional development through live binders. It's very easy to do. A great time saver for teachers is having students put together a portfolio of their work and then send the teacher the link. The link can also be sent to parents so that parents can remain involved in their child's education. Maybe the student put together projects, essays, tests, worksheets, and videos about a particular subject or maybe a particular class, and then save them in a binder. Once they do that, then they can send the link to whoever is interested in looking at that portfolio of work. One thing I remember when I was a teacher is driving up to the school in the middle of the night knowing that I was going to miss the next day and having a substitute folder prepared. I did not like doing that, and with live binders you don't have to do that. You can have an online substitute folder that you simply send the link to the substitute and they can access all of your lesson plans. A school could put together a binder with substitute procedures for substitutes that they could access from their computer, from their phone, from their tablet at any time. How a school does attendance, what the bell schedule is, how to write a disciplinary referral. All of these things could be put into a binder and the link could be shared with substitutes. One complaint parents have about their child's school is that they feel like they are not in the loop and they're not given timely information about how the school works and things that they can do to remain involved. So you can make a binder for parents and give them the link at the beginning of the school year that explains what to do if your student is struggling, how to access tutoring for your student, there are a list of educational websites, contact information, and maybe an online textbook so that parents never feel like they're in the dark. Because a lot of times students will thrive on misinformation that is shared between the school and home, and sometimes students will take advantage of that situation to get out of holding up their end of the deal in the educational process. So using live binders makes it to where parents feel like they are informed and can better help their student succeed at school. One way to save time as a teacher is to not have to repeat yourself over and over for students. You can simply put educational materials into a binder and then give students the link to access. Maybe some motivational videos, some how-to videos, how to study, how to make a project, how to take a test. And these PowerPoints and Prezis and SlideShare presentations don't have to be created by the teacher. They could be found in a variety of different places and then just gathered together and put into a binder for students to access. This is a great time saver for teachers who won't have to repeat themselves over and over. All they would need to do is forward the link to the binder to all of the students to say, this is where you need to go. It's a one-stop shop that will help you be successful in school. One huge time saver for staff and also administrators is the staff handbook being put online. As an administrator, I'm answering the same questions over and over from staff who are confused